Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Stacey Magovern. Stacey is the CEO and founder of Point Blank Safety Services and Blue Family Fund. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Stacey. Stacey, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
As a police wife, I'm married to a police officer. And so I learned really quickly that police officers, at least in Texas, rely on off-duty work to sort of make ends meet and pay for those unexpected type expenses. And so my husband was doing that. He was working a full-time job and working off-duty. And it was just really random. We never knew when he was going to get the off-duty work or when he was going to get paid for the off-duty work. And so I just came up with this idea and I said, there's got to be a better way to do this. And so I created a company called Point Blank Safety. And I worked on this company for 2 years, trying to get traction with some of the prime contractors in the area. And in September of 2014, the doorbell rang and it was FedEx. And they had a $1.5 million contract for my company to hire our officers on a construction project in Dallas. So I was, surrounded by my husband and people that supported me and all the officers that we had relationships with. And it just inspired me to help them get the off-duty work that they need.
What are the top 3 mistakes to avoid when it comes to growing your business?
Oh gosh, actually wrote these down because these are so important, right? The number one I would say is not to scale your business too quickly. Be patient. If you grow too fast, it can get ahead of you and get away from you. And you definitely want to have a scalable business, but you don't want to move too quickly. You really need to take your time, make sure your processes are perfect before you get that big. The second mistake to avoid would be don't try to do it all. If you are doing every single thing within your company, then you've created a job for yourself, not a business. And they're different, right? So be sure you're outsourcing the things that you're not good at, and you're focusing on the things that you are good at and the things that actually make you revenue. A lot of people, this is sort of goes in with the second rule, but also the third mistake is don't stop the money-making activities. A lot of people get really bogged down in the paperwork and the accounting and websites and social media and those sort of things, and they forget to do the business development and the marketing and the actual revenue generating things, and all of a sudden they're working 12 hours a day, but they're not making any money. So, you have to stay focused on what brings in the income.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
Oh, I tell this one a lot. Most people know it. But when I was 24 years old, I bought a lingerie store in my hometown of Abilene, Texas, which is a tiny, small little West Texas town. And about that same time, Victoria's Secret, this huge lingerie company, decides to open in every shopping mall across America. And so they could sell the lingerie at the same price I could buy it, right? So I couldn't compete. It was a huge failure. Didn't make any money. Luckily, I was able to, get out of it without losing, everything. But, I say it's a failure, but really, I wouldn't be where I am today without that happening to me, because I learned a lot and I now protect my business and my success a lot more than I probably would have if it had happened in my 20s. So I think every failure is just, a learning lesson. It's not really, you didn't really fail. The only time you fail is if you stop trying, right?
What are your top 3 success secrets the others can model from?
I wrote these down. I wrote these down too. These are the top 3 that I believe are really important for success in business. And, the first one is to really surround yourself with other like-minded, successful people. You are who you associate with. So if you want to be successful, you need to be interacting and communicating with other successful people. It's really important. And it also, for me, it helps me stay motivated as well. You should always be learning. Never assume that you know everything about your industry or what you're doing. Always be checking out the competition, checking out new processes, new ways of doing things. I mean, if anything, COVID taught us to revamp our business, right? I mean, everybody had to switch to online and different things. So you should always be reevaluating your business and learning new ways to conduct that, because things are always changing. And if you stay in one mode, you're never going to move forward. And the third one I would say is, and I sort of mentioned this already, but don't take your business for granted. Really be in it, understand it, and appreciate every sale, every win is a big deal. And, when you get complacent, that's when things tend to fall apart.
We're about to start a lightning round. That means quick question and quick answer. Are you ready?
Okay, let's do it.
What are you grateful for today?
Of course, my family and my friends, my kids, but I'm very grateful for the success I've had and being able to start a nonprofit to help so many families.
How young are you?
I'm 50.
Stacey, you are not 50. You are 18 years old with a 32 years experience.
There you go. I like that.
What you want to do when you grow up?
I want to keep doing what I'm doing. I absolutely love my life. I wake up every day in a new world. I want to keep helping more families, and just keep growing and get, people ask me when I'm going to, retire. And I'm like, retire? I'm having too much fun. I love what I do.
How do you overcome a challenging life throws at you?
I think by staying positive and staying focused and, taking every challenge one thing at a time. It's real easy to get overwhelmed, but if you kind of break it down, you can usually get through it. So I really believe in just staying positive and never giving up. Not everything's going to work, and you have to just accept that and adapt and move on.
How do you start your day?
I start my day every day in a new world. What happened yesterday is done. It's in the past. I can't change it. So I literally wake up ready to conquer. I usually have a list prepared of all the things that must get done that day. Top priority are usually the things I don't like to do. So I do those first, get them out of the way. And then I don't stop until the list is complete.
What is the advice you would give to younger yourself?
Stop caring what other people think. I spent a lot of years worried about what everybody thought, and it's just a waste of time. The only opinion of yourself that matters is yours and your close family. So just stop listening to other people. Stop worrying about what they think. Nobody really should have that much influence in your life. It should be you living your life the way you want to.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
He just sits back. He's just along for the ride. He is so supportive of me, no matter whether I'm writing a book or I'm starting another company or I'm opening a nonprofit, whatever I want to do, he's behind me 100%. Now, don't get me wrong. He'll tell me, Stacey, if you do that, I'm out. I'm my plate is full. that one's going to be on you. And that's great. That's great with me. At least he's honest. But yeah, he's always 100% all in, no matter what adventure I want to go for.
What is the impactful business book you have read, and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, I don't have it with me, but I have a screenshot. It's Who Moved My Cheese? I don't know if you've read that book, but it's a really great book. It talks a lot about all the things I've talked about today, about how you just have to adapt. It's, whatever you're going for, he uses it, the cheese, the money, the fame, the whatever it is you're after, the success, it's going to keep moving, and you got to keep going after it and adapt yourself as well as your business to find out where that's going to lead you.
Why being impactful is important to you?
I love helping people. I really do. It's just, inbred in me. My grandfather used to say, you get what you give in life. And I think that's really, really true. And so when I started the nonprofit Blue Family Fund, I really wanted to help families of fallen and injured officers and first responders. And we've been able to do that. We started in 2017, and we've been able to help many, many families and even give out several scholarships. So I want to continue that mission. And I think that's very impactful in those families' lives.
Who is your living mentor and what's the impact?
Well, she's not living. She recently passed away, or was murdered, actually. But it was my mom. She was my biggest cheerleader. She ran a five retail clothing stores for 44 years. She got up every day left every day before 7 a.m., came home every night after 6 p.m. And I don't ever remember eating a takeout meal ever. So, she always had a home cooked meal on the table, even working, 6 and 7 days a week. And I think that taught me my motivation and my self-discipline and work ethic and all those things. I think we learn a lot more by watching than listening.
What do you want to be remembered for?
The nonprofit that we started, Blue Family Fund. I would love for my children to carry on that legacy of Blue Family Fund and continue to help families that have gone through trauma by serving others. I think it's a good mission, and I'm very proud to be a part of it.
Who is your ideal client?
Well, for Blue Family Fund, it's anyone who wants to support first responders, anyone who wants to support a charity that, we don't take salaries out of the charity. We don't take, we pay all the expenses for the charity personally. So literally every dollar you donate goes to help a family. And then for Point Blank, it's anyone who wants more than just a security guard. If you want boots on the ground at your business, an active duty certified police officer that can take control of any situation, then you need to reach out to us and let us give you a free quote.
How can we support you?
Well, you can go to bluefamilyfund.org, pointblanksafety.com. Yeah, right there. Or I have 3 books on Amazon. So if you just want to learn more about me or my story, you can just Google or search in the search bar on Amazon, just put in Stacey Magovern, and those books should pop right up. But you can find, I also have a website, staceymagovern.com. You can find out more. You can, have me on your podcast or invite me to speak at one of your events.
We are about to wrap up. I'd like to have your few words about your today's guest experience on the show. Here is my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
Oh, it was great. It was really easy conversation, easy questions. The follow-up and all the information in advance was really great. I would highly recommend anyone who wants to get more exposure for their business or their success story to reach out to you.
What would you say as a final word?
I always say, you are the only person that can change your life. So if you're not happy with your life, or you haven't met the success that you think you should, you're the only one that can do something about it.
Thank you so much, Stacey, for sharing your wisdom with us today. On the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team, we really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.
Thank you.